hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the bike room. Today we're going to talk about the AOOCCI C6 Pro, which is this little device that I've installed on the Royal Enfield Himalayan. AOOCCI reached out to me, asked me whether I'm interested to do a review on one of these products. I said yes, and no money has changed hands, no strings attached. I am free to express my thoughts on this device, so don't worry about that. Watching this video, you decide to go ahead and purchase this product, please use the link below so that you can get a 22% off, and you'll also be supporting this channel so that I can keep making videos like this. Now, while I was scrolling through the AOOCCI website, two things really stood out for me. They are giving 1-year warranty for all of their products. If you're not satisfied with the product for whatever reason, you can return the product within 60 days. 60 days, that's a bold move. I really like that confidence. Now, what exactly is the C6 Pro? It's a motorcycle infotainment system. Even though AOOCCI calls it the GPS system, it is not exactly that. Yeah, it can track your speed accurately and also the track your route, and that's about it. It's not a fully fledged GPS unit, and it can mirror your phone. It'll work with Apple CarPlay and also Android Auto. I've been using this for about a month now, and I've been riding in pouring rain because it's been raining in Kerala for the past couple of months. Now, inside the box, you will get the unit itself, roughly the size of a standard mobile phone. All the cables already attached, a sunshade, TPMS sensors, front and rear dash cams, a remote, mounting hardware, and also cables to power the device. Now, right off the bat, immediately after unboxing the unit, I really was impressed by the quality of the unit itself and all of its mounts and all of the accessories, the wiring harness, the dash cams, the TPMS, and all of these things where it all scream quality for a product that costs as much as this, except probably the remote. The remote was not as good, or it has got only 3 buttons, and the buttons are not really customizable, and they are to do with controlling the dash cam. Once you install the dash cams, it records on a loop. I felt like the buttons on the remote could have been customizable so that we can change it to something else, right? You can assign the buttons to something else, to do something else on the device. That I felt like a missed opportunity. The installation process was quite straightforward, but I am not really confident in my abilities as a mechanic, so I sought help from a couple of my friends. But after finishing the installation process, I thought I could have done it myself because each of the cables are actually color-coded, yellow for camera, red for the remote, and also the black cables are for the actual power, right? And also they put the extra effort to actually label the cables as well. So you can power this device in 2 ways. Either you can connect the device straight to the battery, or you can use the USB socket of the motorcycle. The power cable, the connector cable that included in the box is actually really high quality. It is waterproof, but the issue is that it always will be on. The device will be always on. That is the reason why we went with the second method, which is actually using the connector, the auxiliary USB cable. The one on the Himalayan is actually a Type-C cable, so I had to get another adapter, a Type A to Type C adapter. So using that adapter, I was able to connect the device to the USB socket, which also means that whenever I turn on the motorcycle, the device actually turns on, and whenever I turn it off, the device turns off along with it, which is what we really want, right? So one caveat of actually using this method is that the connectors actually is exposed to rain, debris, and dust and sunlight and all of that. So I was using this device majority of the time in the rain, and I was sort of waiting for the device to stop working. It never did. But I would actually suggest you cover that part with a masking tape or a sellotape or something like that and make it waterproof so that you can use this device in the rain carefree. So the mount that it came with to actually mount the device onto the motorcycle to the GPS mount is actually really sturdy. How do I know that? I've tried to install the Peak Design mobile mount onto the GPS mount with all the vibrations that the Himalayan produces. It was vibrating vigorously, so I couldn't do that. So I was a little skeptical when I installed the C6 Pro onto this GPS mount, but it really dealt with it. I think it has got vibration dampeners as well. It did not have any issues, and this is the best place to actually install a device like this, in my opinion. So the mount actually comes with the anti-theft screws as well, so that nobody can steal the device, but you have to take care of the Allen keys. Keep it somewhere safe, because if you lose it, you won't be able to remove the device from the GPS mount. Now enough of this staying indoors and talking about the product. Let's get out and start riding. Let's see the C6 Pro in action, shall we? Hey, can you see me? So before we actually begin, I'm gonna install my Cardo Packtalk on the helmet, like so, and I'm gonna turn on the Cardo, and then what I'm gonna do is to turn on the bike. Low fuel. There you go. I'm not a big fan. This is a welcome screen of the C6 Pro. I'm not a big fan of this green background though. Although it could have been, if it was black, it would have been looked a lot more nicer. But what you can do is that you can, once you purchase the product, once you place an order for this product, you can just directly message them, and there is an option for you to customize that screen to whatever that you want. So that is an option. See that the iPhone battery is low. It immediately connects to the switches the UI to the Apple CarPlay. So now that it is connected to the Apple CarPlay, so it's that fast, right? Another thing that you can notice here is that I'm using my gloves, and it's drizzling a bit, and it's actually working in the rain. And this is the device UI, right? I wouldn't complain, because the UI of the device is actually working really good. I kind of liked the UI of the AOOCCI. I really liked it. It's clean, it's not horrible, it's well designed. Most of the time, majority of my time, I've used it in the rain, so the raindrops does not actually mess with the screen of the device. As you can see, now it's drizzling a bit, and in case if it does, what you have to do is that you just have to long press on the device. As you can see, there is a red, can you see this, a red icon, so that means that the screen is locked. Now whatever that I do on the screen, it is not going to respond because it is locked. It was peak hour and there was a lot of traffic, so I didn't want to. I just came to a quiet place here. Let me just quickly show you the actual UI of the device. Let me turn it on. Like I told you about the welcome screen, the green thing, I'm not a big fan of this. Every time I see it, I get, I do not like it, I don't like it. So here in this, let me just switch it off quickly. Here as you can see that there is a driving recorder. So this is your cameras, the front and rear dash cams. It'll even work with your gloves, right? No issues whatsoever. You can go back, and this is the Apple CarPlay. If you turn on the Bluetooth on your mobile phone, it automatically connects, and within seconds it connects to the device. So yeah, then this is your normal CarPlay. Whatever you get on the CarPlay, you'll get here also as well. Google Maps, settings, Waze,
app which I use sometimes, Maps Me apps, On the Way, weather app, and music app, calls, your typical CarPlay stuff. You can access all of it here. So I'm just going back to the home page. Here you can see the time and also the date, and this is your tire pressure indications. You can see the front and rear tire pressures here. You can monitor that here. This is not actually 100% accurate, I wouldn't say that, because I checked it with some of the other tire pressure monitoring systems that I have, and it is 1 or 2 psi's off, right, which does not matter to me all that much, because you're not checking the tire pressure all the time. What is important is that if the tire pressures are really low, it will show a warning here. It will give you a warning that the tire pressure is low, which is great. And the final thing, this one is your recordings. You can access to all of the dash cam recordings here. The camera is recording on a loop. As soon as you get moving, it starts recording on a loop. You can set it whether you want to follow a 2-minute loop, a 4-minute loop, or a 5-minute loop. You can see that here. Can you see this? It is recording right now. So on the side you can see the home screen here, or you can check, you can your brightness control, that is also here. Your audio control is there, and also your Bluetooth settings. And on your settings you have got all of these different types of things like phone audio, Wi-Fi, switch, key volume, and all of that. You also have the screensaver, so the display doesn't stay on all the time. The display switches off after sometimes. I mean, which is really nice, because you don't have to look at the display all the time. That is also there. You can format the SD card, factory reset. Auto brightness is there, something that I switch on most of the time. So you just saw that it automatically adjusts the display depending on the atmospheric light, the outside light. Atmospheric light, what the hell. And also you can check the version, and all of that details are also there. So that's it. That's the UI of the device. Let's get going. Yeah, something that I wanted to tell you is that I am so surprised and impressed with the whole touch sensitivity of the device, because I was really skeptical when I got this, right? Because the only sort of way to interact with the whole the device is actually through touch. And if that is a bit laggy, and it is not, if it is a bit unresponsive, then it is really frustrating. You know how frustrating it is. I mean, you cannot compare it to your phone displays. That is not there. It is not that good. I mean, no infotainment system is not as good as the phone displays. You cannot obviously compare it to that, but it's still really good. And also the GPS mount which I've mounted the device on is, that part is very vibey, and still the mount, that is the reason why I told you that I love the mount so much. As you can see, it is not shaking a lot. I think this is the perfect size for an infotainment system. Definitely yes. And man, the customer service was really good. It was a breeze. Like every single time I talk to them, you just have to send them a DM on Insta, and immediately they'll respond, and they'll whatever queries that you have, whatever help that you need in terms of actually wiring this thing and actually installing this thing, you just have to send them a message. They'll reply back to you immediately. So that is very reassuring. So something that I wanted to tell you about the dash cams of this device is that it is the camera that you, as you can, let me just go there. The camera quality is really good. It's not horrible, as you can see, and you can clearly make out the number plates and all of that. you can read it. So in case if something happens in front of you, or if there is any hit and run and all of that, you can clearly trace the number plates of the cars and all of that. So it is very helpful in that way. It's consider this as a safety camera than a action camera replacement. It is not that. It is not an action camera replacement.
So welcome back to the bike room. How did you like it? Did you like the C6 Pro? Can you ride without it? I think absolutely you can ride without the C6 Pro. You can just use your phone and ride. But it's always an element of risk when you are actually mounting your phone onto your handlebars. Because I don't trust any mobile phone mounts out there. This is the best mobile phone mount out there in the market right now. This is a peak design handlebar mount, and even with it you are actually hurting the phone a bit, because whenever you are mounting your phone and riding along in the bright sunlight, it's not really good for your battery. You know that, I know that, everybody knows it. So that is exactly when a device like this comes in handy. And also, you know how much I paid for this peak design mobile phone mount? The mount itself, and also for the case, I paid close to what the C6 Pro costs. With the C6 Pro, think about it, you're getting the device, a whole nother display just to mirror your phone. You're getting that. You're getting the TPMS. You're getting the dash cams. You're getting an SD card with it. You will not risk the phone, your expensive phone, damaging. Where the C6 Pro shines is the value, the incredible value it offers. So you can't beat the price of the C6 Pro, right? Is it a need? Absolutely not. But is it nice to have? Yes, it is nice to have. I enjoyed using the C6 Pro in the past 1 month. I really enjoyed using the device. You can either go for it or not, it's your choice. But in case if I change your mind and you're actually going for the C6 Pro, please, like I said, please go ahead and buy the product through the link that I have included in the description down below. So yeah, I guess that's it. Bye, see you.